Hello, welcome to Michelle Sews again. I'm Michelle. Today I have a collaboration with Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room to share with you. If you want to see what we've made, then please stay tuned. Okay, so technically this collaboration was supposed to happen back in August of last year, but we were both running a little late. And then September happened and it was so purple to end ALZ. And then the end of the month was the hurricane, which affected both of us. And then came the holidays. It just kept going. So here we are. We finally got it done. I think Jen's probably been done with hers for a while, but I am finally done and ready to talk about it. And the reason that we decided to do another collaboration is because we had done one back in January, I'll link to it up here, where we were both making a faux jumpsuit that was inspired by an image that we saw on Pinterest. We both used different patterns, and I personally was not super happy with how mine came out. We both used thrifted sheets. I think Jen's came out great, but we wanted a do-over. So here's what mine looked like right here, and you can see, I mean, I just ended up looking like a clown. I liked the top. In fact, I've worn the top a few times. It's a little bit too big, so I do need to take it in. It's in my fix-it closet right now. The pants I'm probably never going to wear again, but that did lead me to my favorite pants pattern, so that worked out well. Anyway, so we wanted a do-over, and so what we decided to make was a mixed print tiered dress. I made the Emerson from Style Arc. I think Jen might have as well, or she took one of her existing patterns and hacked it so that it looked similar to the Emerson. I can't remember which direction she ended up going, but I can't wait to see hers. So I used 3 prints from Spoonflower from my favorite designer. I talk about her all the time. Her name is Melissa. Her company is called The Artworks. I'll link her in the description box below, but you can find her on Instagram, and she sells her prints on Spoonflower. I've used her prints many times before. In fact, one of my favorite dresses and one of my more popular dresses is the hacked Hope dress that I made 2 years ago. And I hacked it into a tiered skirt, and I used 3 different colors of the same print. Unfortunately, the back of that skirt split when I was in the office one day this past year, and so I can't wear it anymore, but I love that dress. So I thought I would do something similar, and I picked 3 of Melissa's prints again, and I picked these 3 animal prints. It's actually the same print in 3 different colorways, and you know me, I gotta have a lot of color, so no normal, neutral animal prints for me. I gotta have the color. And here's the line drawings of the Emerson dress. It's just a button placket tiered dress. The sleeve options are either a 3/4 sleeve or a long sleeve. It is an elasticized cuff on the sleeve. And I made the size 24, as I usually do in Style Arc. Now, this was back before I decided to start sizing down in Style Arc, because the size 24, 99% of the time, is too big for me. I don't mind it most of the time because I like my clothes to be loose and baggy and boxy and comfortable, but sometimes it does just end up looking a little frumpy. So I've decided to start sizing down, but I made this before I made that decision. So I made the size 24. And lo and behold, don't you know, it's too small. Yeah, too small. So the measurements on the pattern are just not correct. I followed the instructions. I washed my fabric before I made the dress. I used a 3/8 inch seam allowance, which is what the pattern calls for. And the bust measurement for a size 24 is the finished measurement is supposed to be 53.5 inches. I currently measure at 50.5, and I can just get it buttoned. And that is not 3 inches of ease. And the waist, I can just get it buttoned. So I wouldn't wear this as a dress right now, but happy enough. I do love the way that it looks over just a plain black t-shirt and leggings as a duster. And I'll insert some video of me doing a twirl here, and you can see I'm perfectly happy wearing it as it is. I am a little bummed that it doesn't fit the way it's supposed to though. The only modification that I made to this dress was the sleeve, and I don't really consider that a modification. I mean, the sleeve lengths are long sleeve or 3/4. I just ended up making a short sleeve just because of the climate that I live in. I mean, that's just a length difference, right? I did not change any of the other measurements. I made it as designed. This is, StyleArc rates this as a medium or challenging make, and I really think that that's really because of the collar and the placket, which if you've done either of those, then you're going to be fine. It is a Mandarin style collar. It's not a traditional collar with the stand and the collar. It's just the collar stand, or band I should say. And the placket's pretty straightforward. I didn't have any issues following the directions on that. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty easy. StyleArc does do their inseam pockets a little bit different than what I have done from other pattern companies, but they're consistent in the way that they construct them. So if you've done inseam pockets from StyleArc, it's the same usually from pattern to pattern. They have you sew the front pocket bag right sides together with the front pattern piece, and you clip it at the notches, and then you sew the seam to the pocket bag, then you flip it in, and then you top stitch the outer edge. I didn't top stitch this one, but it would have you top stitch here, and then you attach the back pocket bag to the front pocket bag, and that's going to leave a little bit of a seam allowance on the back pocket that's going to stick out further than the front pocket, and that's what you stitch your back pattern piece to. So in the end, you have just, you know, your inseam pocket like that. And the only part that you have to worry about is it kind of gets tricky around the corner sometimes, especially when you're trying to finish the pocket. So that's the one thing that I always forget, and I remembered it because I made another StyleArc pattern today, which I'll get to in another video. But StyleArc does not tell you to finish your seams in any of the steps. So it's on you how you want to finish them. You need to make sure you're doing it in the right order. So the one thing that I always forget is that because of the way that they construct the pocket, you have a seam that needs to be finished next to the pocket, as well as the outside of the pocket needs to be finished. So regardless of whether you go down the side seam and around the pocket bag and down the side seam, then you're still going to have the seams on either side of the pocket to finish. Or you can sew down the side seam and finish the side seam all the way down, and then come back and finish the outside of the pocket. I don't like either one of those. So what I need to start doing, and I'm going to put it in my notes, is that I think I'm going to start finishing the rounded edge of the pocket bag before I assemble it. And that way, when I'm ready to finish the seam, I can just go all the way down the seam and not have to worry about the pocket bag. So that's my tip to you. If you've got a better way to finish the seams on a StyleArc pattern with an inseam pocket, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. Anyway, so that's that. So the pattern is pretty straightforward. If you want a tiered button placket dress, then this is a good pattern to have. I know there's a ton of them out there, so find one that suits you. This one, I just like StyleArc patterns, so I'm happy with this one. Now onto the fabric. So like I said, I picked this fabric from Spoonflower. It is the Sweet Pea Gauze fabric. I love the print. Absolutely love the print. Couldn't be happier with the way that the look came together. However, this fabric is crap. I do not recommend the Sweet Pea Gauze. And I think they must have changed the quality of this particular fabric. in the last couple of years because I went and pulled it out. I had bought the gauze a couple of years ago. Look at this fantastic print. Isn't that wonderful? I bought this gauze to make a swimsuit cover up, and this is soft. This is, I mean, this feels good. The quality's good. I don't have any complaints about this at all. This fabric has been washed and it's just stiff. It's like, crusty's not the right word, but I mean, it's stiff. It's not soft. When you think of gauze fabric, you think of like baby blanket soft. This is not that. So yeah, I'm really disappointed in the fabric, not to mention the fact that I just took this out and realized that it's kind of pulling apart. I definitely caught the fabric in the seam when I did the collar, and now it's kind of pulling out. I found a couple of spots on the dress like that, which is really a bummer. Because I think the dress came out great. I mean, I can go in and fix that. I can do a little bit of hand stitching to get that back where it belongs. But this is going to be a high maintenance dress, I think, just because of the lack of quality in the fabric. So that's a bummer. If I had to do it over again, knowing what I know, I would still pick these prints, but I would pick a different fabric type to do it in. So that is my collaboration dress with Jen. I cannot wait to see her dress. Jen is, I know that you're already watching her. She's such an inspiration to me when it comes to my sewing. She perseveres like nobody I know. If something doesn't come out right, she unpicks it and redoes it until she gets it the way that she wants it. And I'm just in awe of her and the way that she does that over and over again. And I am starting to do that more than I ever did before. In the past, I've always just, when I start a project, I want to get it done. If it's not going the way that I want, then I want to just get it done even more so I can put it aside. But that doesn't help me. I want to have garments that I want to wear. So I've got a whole closet of need to be fixed garments. And I think if I persevered more like Jen does, then that closet wouldn't be full. I would stick with a project until it was ready. So with that in mind, I think what I'm going to do is the next thing I'm going to do after I hang up with you guys is I'm going to hand stitch where this fabric is coming apart so that I can wear this and I don't have to wait until I lose weight because I can wear it as a duster. So, and this is something I would definitely wear to the office when we're in office. I think the next time I'm in the office is March. So, although this might still be a little too warm weather for Ohio in March, I don't know, we'll see. But I could wear it with a long sleeve shirt under it. I think that would be cute, actually. So I can't wait to see what Jen made. I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you made the Emerson dress by Style Arc? If so, let me know your thoughts on it. Have you used Sweet Pea gauze fabric from Spoonflower? If you have, let me know your thoughts. If you haven't, don't. Wherever you are, I hope the weather's amazing. I hope you're able to get some sewing in, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.